So I'm sure that you've all heard the phrase to be afraid of the unknown. Now, I'm not quite sure if H.P. Lovecraft himself actually coined this phrase or thought up this idea, but he is quoted as saying that the strongest and oldest of all emotions is the emotion of fear, and the strongest and oldest of all fears is the fear of the unknown. So why am I telling you this? You certainly don't need someone like me to tell you about H.P. Lovecraft, but I would like to tell you about something that maybe you haven't heard about yet. This little horror movie called Older Gods has just been released, and I'd like to tell you why I think you should watch it, or maybe why you shouldn't. Very quickly, Older Gods is about a guy who investigates the disappearance of his best friend, and this leads him on the trail of an apocalyptic cult. Older Gods claims to be a Lovecraftian horror. Now, Lovecraftian horror, particularly when you see it manifested in movies such as Color Out of Space, tend to focus a little bit on a almost science fiction fantasy-like element, but there's a lot more to it actually. If you look at a movie like Mouth of Madness, there are other themes that Lovecraftian horror likes to explore, such as madness and grief and the fear of fear itself, hence the fear of the unknown. Now, if you go and read up about Older Gods, you'll find that it's been receiving some mixed reviews, and I'll tell you why I think that some of these reviews have been a little bit unfair, particularly the negative ones. Some critics, I feel, focus more on what they expected to see rather than the movie itself. So what did they expect to see? So I think that some of the critics that went into this movie probably expected more of a Color Out of Space type of thing, but actually Older Gods is more of a slow burn. It doesn't focus on gore and violence and jump scares, but rather on rich and dark atmosphere. It's also brilliantly performed by the two main leads. It's got great direction. And you know what? Although it is a low-budget movie, what I really like about Older Gods is that it doesn't pretend to be something that it's not. This wants to tell an interesting and complex story, which it succeeds in on all counts. So if you haven't seen Older Gods, get onto Amazon Prime now. Go and check it out. Let us know what you think about it.
Gaze into the abyss.